Hi everyone, Derek from Tarvent here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to connect your Less Annoying CRM account to Tarvent. So let's get started. In your Tarvent account, you'll go into your account settings, and how to get there is you click on your main navigation, click on account, and then in there you'll click on the integrations page. Once you're in integrations, then you'll go ahead and find the Less Annoying CRM integration and click that card. This will bring you into the integration details. And the details is just an overview of once you have this integration set up, what you can expect from the contact sync, the journey actions and triggers that are available, and just the overall data flow between the two platforms. On this page, you'll click the Add an Account button. And in the first step, you'll select the audience you want to sync the data to. After you have that audience selected, then you'll hit Connect Now. After you hit Connect Now, it's going to bring you to Less Annoying CRM to get permissions or get approval from Less Annoying CRM for Tarvent to access your account. So in here, you'll click the Allow Access. This will bring you back to Tarvent. We'll run our authentication checks and just make sure that communication between the two platforms is working how it should. If everything's good, then you'll see this connected status. From here, you'll hit Next, and this will bring you to your integration settings. So notification email is just where we'll send any communications about your integration. The contact sync direction is how you want that data to flow. If you only want the data to come from Less Annoying CRM to Tarvent, then you'd select one way. If you want it to go both ways, then you'll do bidirectional. Then you have your options. The options controls what contacts within Less Annoying CRM get sunk up to Tarvent, and also what happens when a contact is created in Tarvent or updated in Tarvent. In here, you can control if you want that contact to be created in Less Annoying CRM as well, or if you want it to be updated in Less Annoying CRM as well. Then you can control that in these options. Once you have those options set, then you'll hit Next. This is where it'll bring you to the field mapping. So the first column is the fields that came from Less Annoying CRM, all the standard and custom fields. The second column is the Tarvent data field column, so the data field from the audience that you select in the first step. And then data authority, this controls if there's conflict between the two platforms, then what platform will overwrite the other one. So in this case, we have it set to Tarvent, which means that if the data is different, we're going to take the data from Tarvent and update Less Annoying CRM with that data. And then if Less Annoying CRM were selected, then it'd be vice versa. So in here, you're just going to map your fields. So if email goes to email, company name could go to company name, and so on. You'll just map these fields. The only thing I want to call out in here, just to handle any questions you may have, is that if you see that a option is disabled within this dropdown, it means one of two things. One, it can mean that it was already mapped. So in this case, email is grayed out because it was already mapped in the previous row. The other reason it could be grayed out is because the data type of this data field doesn't match the data type of the source field. So phone, for example, can only be mapped to a phone data field within Tarvent. If the data types don't match, then the option will be grayed out. And optionally, if you don't want to pull in data from a certain field within Less Annoying CRM, then you can just set skip on that and we won't bring that data over. So then once you have your field mapping set up and everything looks good, then you'll click this Finish Setup and Start Sync. And what this will do, it will update your integration with all the settings that you just set up, and then it will also start that initial sync between your two accounts. So if you go ahead and close this, then it'll bring you back to that screen where now you have an Accounts tab because you set up that integration. And you can still see the app details if you want, but by default, you'll just see your account list. And in here, you'll see that sync started, that initial sync. And if you have a bigger list, like you have several thousand people or tens of thousands of people, then that initial sync can take a little longer. So just be patient. I promise it's working. But yeah, it could take longer depending on the size of the amount of contacts you have in Less Annoying CRM. All right, so then the only other thing I want to go over in this video is just what happens once you have that integration set up. So I'm just going to go into this integration to show you guys what's available. So on this first tab, it's just the same settings that you saw within that Connect screen. The only additional setting in here is just the name of the integration if you want to change what we had from the default. But all the other settings are the same. And down here we have register webhooks. Most of the time you won't have to worry about this. The only time you'll need to worry about the register webhooks is just if your webhooks gets deleted by Less Annoying CRM for whatever reason, then you can come in here and unregister the webhooks and register them again to make sure that live data and live contact syncing is still going on. All right, moving on, you can go to your field mapping so you can update that mapping if you want. So then the next time it's sunk up, it'll follow these settings. Then you can view your sync history. So in your sync history, it's just all the syncs that happened for that integration. So in this case, this is just our initial one. And it's cool because you can see the amount of contacts were created, updated, skipped, failed. And if you click into this, then you can go into expanded sync job result report that goes into more detail. And I'm not going to go through each of these things, but it's just cool because you can see all the different stuff that happened. And if there were any errors, then we'll list out the errors in here. But yeah, if you want more information about that sync job, just go into this report. Moving on, you can go into the details tab. And this just goes over the details for this integration. So what audience it's for, what integration partner it's for, what the associated account email is. So this is the email address of your account in Less Annoying CRM. And yeah, that's just some more useful information. And then the last thing I want to go over in this video is just what actions are available for your integration once you have it set up. So once you're in this screen, then you can go down here and you can click sync. So this sync is to start a manual sync for your integration. So let's say something happened with your data or something messed up on the previous sync, then you can come in here and fire a manual sync. In here, you'll have sync options, or I guess one option. It's, do you want to do an incremental sync, which means you're only going to sync the new contacts or updated contacts since the last sync, or do you want to do a full sync? So a full sync just is all the contacts within your account, not only the ones that were updated or created since the last sync. So once you select what kind of sync you want, then you can hit sync and that will fire that off and you'll be able to see that in your sync history. The other actions that are available is you can disable your integration. So disabling your integration will disable the webhooks, so no more live data syncing, and it will also stop any current syncs from going on. And then lastly, you can do delete, which deleting the integration will just remove it from your account. No more synchronization will go on, and you won't be able to see those actions within Journey anymore. So yeah, this was an overview of how to get your Less Annoying CRM account connected to Tarvent. And again, I put a link to the help document in the description below. So if you have any questions about any of the settings or the field mapping, please refer to that help document. We also have an FAQ in that help document that answers some of the common questions that people have. So just be sure to check that out if you have any questions. And if you still don't have your answers from looking at that document, then just reach out to support. We're always happy to help. And if you have any feedback about stuff we missed in this integration or stuff you'd like to see, please let us know. We love making our system better based on the feedback from you guys. And yeah, just be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications to stay up to date with all Tarvent videos. And we're on the different social media platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram. So just be sure to give us a follow so you guys can stay up to date with how the platform's evolving. I'll see you guys in the next video.